Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast. It is Wednesday, September 3rd. We've got NFL, we've got college football coming to you this week. And Max, throw out everything you know about college football from last year, from week one. Throw it all out the fucking window because things that we thought we knew, Brian Kelly can't win a big game prime time, let alone week one against a top 10 team. Boom. Bama, not the same Bama. Arch. I don't know. I don't know. And you know what, Max? Lastly, Notre Dame can't win at fucking Hard Rock Stadium. I Let's just lead right into this shit. Let's get this done. We're both mourning a little bit. We're wearing our black. Notre Dame, yeah, scoreboard shows the 3-point loss. We know that had to be better. We demand better going forward. And I'm done being a sad boy the rest of the fucking season if we're going to be looking like that again. So, Max, it's you and me here, ready to rock. Just give it to me straight.
Yeah, tried to play it serious. I could not help myself from smiling. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, I just put my hat to rest. My good luck hat is no longer capable of luck. Super big on this game, and yeah, I mean, we can't win it at Hard Rock. We saw it just a couple months ago. I guess maybe longer than a couple, but. I mean, we looked ahead a terrible first half. First half, I was face first in the couch, just probably screaming some not so great words. But, we came out second half, looked pretty good. Miami looks unreal, not to take away anything and just say it's all our fault. Miami looked fucking unreal. Carson Beck looked better than he has any year at Georgia, and especially with the wide receivers he's had. Who was that? Is that Darius Coney's little brother or something out there, dude? He was just running around like a maniac, wide
Yeah,
open.
it was insane. Miami, they just had another gear. It was insane. I'm
It
looking
was awesome. So shout out to them. That catch by CJ Daniels was unreal as well.
just
It
the
was
cherry on.
I got it confused. His name was Coney and not Tony. I got that, but actually for a while I was like, I swear that's gotta be like his little brother. He's so fucking fast. Number 10 with the dreads, dude.
Yeah,
Unstoppable. They have weapons. They looked good. And
defense put the pressure.
yeah, O line didn't look great. That's not the same O line I remember.
No, no.
Yeah, shit game. We were wrong. I stopped mourning. My shirt's probably gonna come off, but
Yep.
it is NFL time, and we did do. We well, I did all right for my picks. I'd say.
Yeah. Let
I
me
tried to load, even though we were mourning.
Yeah, Max, give me the floor real quick. Let me get the spotlight down. Give me 2008 Tim Tebow I Promise speech. Max, you know what's even worse? I did the same fucking shit last year. I remember it very early on in the season. Except this time, I'm not going to do the whole speech. I'm not going to write it down. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to be better. 0-3 on this past weekend. Didn't even include the heart on my sleeve. Everyone knows that I gave out the Notre Dame money line winner. Aside from this podcast, we more or less did for the last 20 minutes of last week. I've got to be better here. I went to the lab. I went down to South America for the weekend. Tried some things. I think I'm in a better mindset. Cried my eyes out. Had tears of joy. The whole 9 yards. I went through the whole shebang. So we're gonna try something different. Yep, hung out with Aaron Rodgers before his last week of off season before he gets ready for this weekend. So had a little trip with him. We're gonna come back better and stronger than ever this week. Clemson, I don't even want to say let me down. I just, I really just set myself up for failure, Max. I went with Clemson against Brian Kelly. The one time I really put, my sack on the line to go against Brian Kelly. I mean, I'll bet against him sometimes, but really threw it on there on this podcast. Didn't work out. Was close there for a little bit. Clemson just could not get that offense going. Baylor can't stop the run. It doesn't matter if it's the quarterback or the running back. Jackson Arnold ran for 100 yards plus, and Auburn just torched that defense in Baylor. Offense doesn't look terrible, but defense does not look great. And then last but probably least, if I'll be honest with you, Syracuse just teasing me a little bit, tickling my balls every other quarter, thinking that they had a chance to come back. Was not able to come back. They really just sat at like 14-17 the entire game, and then threw a pick in the last possession and really threw that one away. And then double downing with my super dog and my regular pick. Just not good. Poor pickmanship on my part this weekend. But Max, I gotta now I've got my little bitch boy, sad boy rant out of the way. All things positive from here. Let's hear about your 2-1. Um, Football gods might have graced you on one of them. So yeah, how are we feeling going into this week? You did have a good week. I know you bet every damn game, as did I, but you didn't go 0-12. So you're good there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start off with the loss. And we already pretty much touched on it. Bama just whew, that was rough, and I mean, Florida State looked very good. I mean, was it is it Castellanos or like
Yeah,
is that
Castellanos.
Castellanos pronunciation? Um, just a fantastic game from him. I mean, he looked unreal, and Bama just wasn't Bamaing. So that just really shut down. I had minus 13 and a half. So that was just atrocious and doesn't get much worse than that, if I'm going to be honest.
No,
Uh,
that's a game where you kind of chase, where you're like, okay, well, Bama can't lose by, okay, it's Bama money line. Like, I can take Bama money line at minus 120. Like, they should come back and win this game. There's no way they should actually lose this game. And then by the end of the third quarter, you're like, I just need Bama plus 7.5. And not only do you chase the minus 13 with the money line, you do the plus 7.5, and you still don't get that. So, tough one there for sure. What
yeah,
was
that was rough. Under though, under for the LSU Clemson game.
Great call. Great
Yeah,
call there.
I mean the just very it was a pretty defensive game. So that held nice and strong. Loved that one. And I was trying to fucking pull up. Am I tripping, dude? Do I not remember? I thought UTSA was in the C it was in the CUSA.
I thought so too. Just do A&M, I guess. But yeah, they won by 18 there.
Oh, I could have just done A&M. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a good
Well, yeah,
little.
they scored in the last minute and a half of that game to cover your 23 and a half. They were down, I think, 24 and then went, no, would have been 17. No, they were down 25. Yeah, they were down 25 and then scored to in the last minute and a half just to get that backdoor cover. So we will always be indebted to the Roadrunners. That was crazy. So hey, you know what, Max? Still though, great call. They were kind of hanging in that game for a little bit too. It wasn't just like a bullshit backdoor cover. Like they were kind of hanging in to cover, and then
Because we didn't have that game up. We had more important games, and I was like, I'll just keep an eye. I just had it up. What halftime?
21-10.
Yeah, 21-10. I was like, all right, we're in this.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I mean, we kind of did it differently. I think we just did money lines last week, but the Super Dog would have ultimately hit coming from the official Super Dog rules.
We did update those for the people. We pretty much just blanket copied, just Control C, Control V from College Game Day. I do like the way they set it up because then we're getting credit for a cover, and then it's a good way to do that. So 5 points for a cover, five plus whatever the spread was, if it's an outright. So that is
Yeah, if you
nice
win.
too, and I'm glad we talked about that before we did this pod. Or we did it before. We did it before. For the record, we did it before Saturday morning because both our dogs were there. We saw game day, said, hey, we're going to change our methodology to this. Both agreed.
Yep.
That's what we were doing. So we're still on that path. But glad we talked about that. And, makes it a little more fun when we're looking at points. Maybe a bigger spread might be a little more enticing. With an outright.
And
I
we
don't.
might compare ourselves to the college game day folk.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Honestly,
They, they put their points up, right?
yep, they do. They do put their points up. They track them. So we'll just kind of go head to head. Maybe we'll get there last week of the season if we're kicking their butts. Probably was it Army Navy. I think usually is the last game.
Yeah.
So yeah. So overall, very good week for you, Max. I'm glad one of us at least had a good week because I was in a very dark place on the way home from South Carolina this past weekend. The worst
Yeah.
part was, Max, is like I had to place all my bets before, and that you see a guy, you see a grandpa, or you talk to someone at a dude, what is this thing? Is this I don't know what this fucking there's a little dot in my head. It's going crazy.
Probably
Probably
glistening.
yeah, I don't know what that
Yeah.
was. But yeah, I was like sitting there and I was talking to an older gentleman from Florida State, and was big and was like, not that he sold me, but it was just like one of those like, had I been able to like throw a little bit of money right there sitting with him, like I might have thrown a little bit. Couldn't do that in South Carolina, so I was a little bit limited. Um, so there's that. Over 12 max. I didn't hit one goddamn bet. Not on this podcast, not even for funsies. So yeah, overall a shite weekend in the betting market for me. One game that was on a little bit, didn't play, but I think we ought to mention it was obviously 1 versus 3. Texas going down to Ohio State 14-7. Max, I think you got a little bit better of a chance to watch that game than I did. So give me your thoughts on that game. Um, is Arch complete? Like, is Arch ever going to play football again, or are we just overreacting?
No. There were some bad throws, especially off the bat. I mean, I mean, he's just still only a true sophomore, right? It's not like or is he a junior now? I can't remember.
I think he's like a redshirt sophomore. I think is what his
Oh, okay.
I think his freshman year he played enough games to be a redshirt, and then last year was like a redshirt freshman. I'll confirm that real quick though.
Okay. But still, yeah, like 2 years or not. I mean, dude, this is his first like a real start. So I think he got the jitters. He's at the horseshoe. It's insane. Made a couple tough throws in the beginning, but slowly got warmed up. They didn't give him much. They were just doing some stupid screens. Run game was nowhere. Run game
Yep.
was nothing. And you kind of have to throw the ball to establish a run game. You got to get the linebackers stepping back and giving them those yardage. I don't think it's really solely on Arch. Obviously, it's kind of funny just like to like joke and be like, no, he's not him. He's a bust. He's a bust.
Yep.
After the first game, but Ohio State's defense looked fucking incredible. I think they were throwing some confusing stuff at this young kid, and
Oh yeah.
Sark even said it at the post game that once he was able to watch some film at halftime, he kind of saw what they were doing, and he did look better after half. So. He's a smart kid. I mean, it runs in his blood. He Peyton Manning's one of the most offensive-minded quarterbacks to ever graze the field.
I would
Eli,
say the most cerebral
him and
quarterback.
yeah, cerebral. Brady just kind of knows no like, but yeah, I'd say technically is probably Peyton. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like so. I mean, he's got it all. He knows what to do. He'll definitely look better as they go on. But it's a tough game to start off with. I mean, for both of them. I mean, if Ohio State lost, we'd be like, well, fuck, is are they not them? Did they lose too many players? So
I
it
wouldn't.
it was a very boring game. If like overall, I'll say it was a pretty fucking boring game. But realistically, it really kind of wasn't. It was
Yeah.
just it was just great defense.
Yeah, and I think like I mean, two things. One, I'm willing to bet a lot of money that Peyton like as a good uncle, I wouldn't be surprised if he flew his ass down to Austin like Sunday night and was like, "Hey, Arch, I'll see you in the fucking film room Monday morning, first thing."
Right.
You, me, Sark, let's go. Like OC, let's get everyone in there. Like I wouldn't. I know he talked to him. Um,
Oh yeah.
and to your point, Max, we got to get used to this with Ohio State. Their defense is filthy. They reload like it's insane. They get these giant Ohio-based defensive ends like a Jack Sawyer, and they just keep fucking refueling. They get the best secondary players in the country every damn year. Caleb Downs is a fucking stud. Uh, and he doesn't even have a crazy like stat line from this game.
You
Lorenzo
know they weren't throwing to him. That's the thing. They weren't
also,
throwing.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So
Also,
like that's one player taken out for Arch.
oh yeah, exactly. And then you look at it, actually such a crazy concept because I'm just putting two and two together. Lorenzo Styles was a Notre Dame player or at least committed to Notre Dame at one point. He was a wide receiver, I'm pretty sure, at Notre Dame. I'm pretty sure he transferred and then ended up going somewhere else. Yeah, he was on the 2022 team as a wide receiver and he flipped. Yeah, 2022 there, sat 23, Ohio State last year and this year. So I mean, dude, they just keep producing talent. It's insane. It's an insane amount. I would pretty much echo the same thing you said about Archmax with Julian Sayin, the QB for Ohio State, because he didn't have to do as much. And it's crazy that they combined for 296 yards. They didn't even combine for 300 yards. Probably didn't think that was going to happen. But I would argue that Ohio State has a little work to do on their offense too. Um, I mean, we all saw it. A couple throws where Jeremiah Smith is flying down the field. As long as you give him the space and you put it ahead of him, I think there's one in the first half, if not two in the first half. There's the one specific is the one they keep showing where he takes off the helmet, and he's looking pissed. I think that was like second quarter.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but Sayan's gonna get more comfortable with it. He didn't want to let it fly in a tight game. Um, he's gonna
Right.
get used to that.
Pretty nice, dude.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I mean, Donaldson played pretty well. He got stuffed. Texas'
Fucking hell.
defense is good too. Um, so I think both of them are definitely in that defensive route. You got James Peoples there. A couple drops from the tight end Claire. So yeah, I think some things to work on. I can't imagine doing a one versus three in the first week of the college football season when you got a bunch of 18-year-olds trying to figure out they're just getting into this.
Right.
Both of them. Arch is probably his first big start. I think he started a couple games, but I don't think he started a game as big as this, especially on the road. Sayin definitely hasn't. And then it's just new. They both kind of. I mean, when you're this good of a team, you are reloading. Yeah, like Saban reloaded too at Bama all the time, but like I can't. I mean, Jalen Milrow had a couple rough early games, with Bama when
Right.
Saban was there. The Hurts Tua stuff was back and forth till they figured it out. So don't want to kind of beat that drum too much, which I wish we could treat Ohio State and Texas like we treat our Irish, in the way we feel right now. We're giving them a lot more grace than we're giving our Irish, but that comes with a bias, that comes with a price, and we got a standard after going to the national championship. I feel like we were very spoiled last year on that run, and now I don't know about you, Max. I kind of just expect it. So uh,
Yep.
that's the bummer of that. We talked about our games. Any other games you want to hit on that we did not get a chance to talk about yet on the recap before we move on? We clear the slate and we get on to week two.
No, I think we've done enough and ready to move on.
Let's do it. All right. On to college football week two. It is going to be a thinner of a slate. I would say that it's definitely not the same slate as what we had. Hopefully that means more opportunities for us to get some winners, some things there. But overall, not going to have your same packed punch as you get with a 1 versus 3, a 6 versus 10, all that good stuff. So going over the record, Max went 2-1 with a super dog hit. Got 5 points there for the cover. So good on you there, Max. You are 2-1. I am 0-4 with zero fucking points. So I think it's only fitting. You pick if you want to go first or second. Doesn't really matter. So just go first because it's just you and me. So there's no fun snaky snake aspect to this. So lead us off with number
Just
one and don't pick my pick.
Dude, I'm gonna be totally honest. I mean, this week's not even close to as fun as last week. I feel like just now they're like, all right, well, you know what I mean, like not as big as games and stuff, or just odds, I guess. But I'm gonna go one that kind of surprised us in week 0 and looked really, really good. Quarterback through just looked very crisp. They're playing their rival, um, but it's in Ames. It's the Cyclones. Maybe Iowa State -3 against the Hawkeyes of Iowa. I think back then will just shred them.
Are you playing them next week?
Huh?
Oh, you talking about West Virginia?
Back? What?
Oh, I thought you said then we'll just shred them.
Oh, I think they will just shred them.
Oh, I thought you said like we
Like,
as in,
like, did I go too far in my down the line? This is
oh,
the
no,
next
no,
week
you're
game.
good. No, you're I didn't know. I thought you were talking about like West Virginia's gonna shred
Oh
them
yeah.
next. Okay, sweet. I like that. I've got one. Um, I feel like I don't know if you're gonna take it, so then I don't. Now I'm like trying to strategically pick. I'm gonna go with one. This team, Max, you had them opposition of your super dog last week, and I think this game, they kept it close with Toledo. They won by 8. It's definitely closer than we thought. I think Ole Miss is going to absolutely steamroll them. The offense looks really good. It is, I don't like the number 9, 10.5. I'm willing to bet you it's going to get up to like 12.5 by the time Saturday rolls around. I don't think that thing's coming down. Um, Austin Simmons from Ole Miss, they looked really crisp last week. I just think Kentucky, got away with one against Toledo. To be honest, they could have easily lost that game. And so I think this is like the start of the should we fire Mark Stoops because Kentucky really hasn't done shit the last couple of years. And I think Ole Miss. I don't think necessarily super highly of Ole Miss, but I think if you score 24 on Toledo, there's no. I think Ole Miss is good for 40 against Kentucky, and I don't think there's any way Kentucky can keep up with that pace. So give me Ole Miss 10.5.
Dude, I was eyeing that. I was
Yeah, that's why I picked it. That's why I picked it this one because I think there's one or two other ones that I'm like he might not pick, but I know that was one that was you were probably eyeing there. So
very nice.
all
Excuse
right,
me.
no, you're good.
All right. So we're not doing snake, you said, right?
No, no, you got it. I don't deserve the snake this week at least. Maybe next week.
Uh, okay. Mike, I feel like I'm crazy for this, but I think I really like it. Baylor SMU under 65.5.
Yep. I mean, it's basically the same exact principle that you did with LSU Clemson, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I wrote that one down too. Um, I just
but SMU can score like crazy, and Baylor didn't look too good last week. But no, I still like it. It's a lot. That's a lot of
That's
points.
a lot of points, especially week 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
34-31 doesn't clear.
Right.
You still lose. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, no, I like that one a lot. And like Kevin, I mean, you've got the star power. It's just one of those like like it's
I think
almost like
Baylor might just be like, all right, we kind of look like shit. And then maybe they can contain that SMU offense. And then
yeah.
it'll be like 24-28, something
And
like
like
that.
I don't know how to think about Auburn right at this very moment, but at the same time, I want to say Auburn probably had a better like offensive line and probably like a little bit more talent. They're a pretty talented team this year. So I'm almost
Yeah.
like Baylor probably won't give up 38. And I don't know if SMU, I don't know much about SMU's defense, but I don't think that. I agree. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be kind of sweaty. Like I think 34-31 easily could be the score of the game. And you're just sweating, making sure it doesn't go to overtime.
Exactly.
But 34-31 is a good safe one. So I like that a lot. Um, let's see. I don't know if it's just these 10.5s that are getting me going. But I just don't really trust myself with this one. Give me Kansas and Missouri over 50.5. I think Jalen Daniels from Kansas is going to put up some points. I think Missouri, with the way they looked this past week, I think they're going to put up some points. 50.5. It's a little low. I thought it would be closer to like a 55 or a 57, and then that would get bought down. But I like the 50.5.
I like it a lot, actually. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think, and I'm trying to. I didn't. I don't. I think I just did sides last week, so I was like, I gotta get an over under in here. So I went two sides heavy, and I don't know enough about the sides. Like but like it's just week one, so
Exactly. Mm. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? All right, I guess I will. Sorry. Just give me Illinois at Duke -3.
I'm glad you picked it. I wanted to talk about it. I don't know what to think because their QB this year for Duke is actually pretty legit. That Mensa guy, but Illinois also it looks really good this year too.
Right.
Yeah. Would you get
Uh,
2.5?
I didn't even look. It's -110, so you could probably get it at -125.
You want to lock? You want to check that real quick, and then
Yeah.
I would think if it's -110, it should be within the range, and I would imagine you want that hook. And anyone who says
Well, that's
I have
crazy.
one can
Minus
suck it.
130.
You want it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ow. Fuck.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Like a 135, 140. I mean, I would probably be like, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, I've done many straights at -130.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that. Altmaier looks good. Bielema's got his guys. I think the over is pretty high. I kind of like the under. I think they both might end up running more. They got running QBs.
I
For
had that down as well.
Yeah, so I like that. I really like that. I'm
One
gonna
of
put
the wonders. Even though, dude, like every under hit this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it is kind of crazy, and that's one thing to keep in mind. But you never know. There are definitely some very inflated ones. For the last one for me, and I've got some honorable mentions too. There's a couple other games I really like, but I feel like they're a little trappy for me. So I'm gonna go with this one. First dog we've got here, not a super dog contender, but they are +2.5. And I faded this. So I may have gone over 12, but I actually, now that I think about it, I did place a big bet on Utah -5.5, playing UCLA. They steamrolled them, beat them 43-10. Nico looks like shit. UCLA looks like shit. I'm gonna take the 2.5 points from UNLV at +2.5. I'm probably gonna play that outright. Calandria and Orji are just basically like splitting halves, and the offense looks great. Dan Mon, we basically gave this whole UNLV rant in week 0. They're 2-0. They look really good after a sketchy little Idaho State game week 0. But I like how they looked last week, and I like their mix up of QBs. I think it's a good change of pace, and it actually works well. I think Dan Mullen might have been the OC at Florida when Chris Leak and Tim Tebow where the combo in like 2007, Tebow's first championship when he was a freshman. Um, they had Chris Leak there as the senior, and they would rotate, let Tebow run some packages. I'm like 95% sure that Dan Mullen was the OC there. He's the head coach of this UNLV team, and I like the way they look. So give me UNLV plus 2.5. I'll be honest, I'm gonna take the money line as well, but fuck it, I don't need the points. So,
Yeah. No, I like that a lot.
and that was honestly my number one pick of the week. It was just I didn't know if you would pick it, so I kind of saved it for the later ones to make sure I got a couple of the other ones.
Dude, you know, it's UNLV's second time already in the draft or in the podcast in tech week 3. Then you
Yeah,
have week 0.
yeah, week 0. If they didn't cover, yeah, I'm going back to the well though because I like the way they look now. I think they had to get some stuff together. They got Calandria, the UVA transfer there, playing well. So yeah, I don't know. It also, Max, when it comes to these like trappy looking lines, like that looks like a trap. I don't know. Like I just can't get myself to take UCLA at -2.5 there. I just can't. Like I'm just like that one. I
Oh,
just
dude. That's what I was gonna look up. Why am
yeah.
I on the SEC right now? Well, you mentioned yeah, Nico looking like dog shit and
Oh, that's good.
fun stuff. But and I forgot his name. Yeah. Devon Damper, dude. God damn. That man's a menace.
Hmm?
The Utah's quarterback?
Oh yeah, Devin Dampier.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast. Yeah,
I
I just
drafted him.
I botched that. Oh, really? So
I got
that's
him
why
in our
he had
fantasy fan tracks
40
league.
points. Yeah,
Yep.
he's nasty, dude. I mean, 206, I mean, he's 21 for 25 with 206, 2 tutties. But not to mention he had 16 carries for 87 yards and 1 tutty.
Yep. Yeah,
He runs like a running back.
he's a monster. I mean, dude, when we were talking about the I don't even remember when we were doing the preview. Yeah, when we were doing the Big 12 preview, I talked a little bit about him because he had 16 rushing touchdowns last year. Because I was like, he only had 16 passing touchdowns, or he had
But
like
then
20
12
passing touchdowns.
interceptions. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 22 passing touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and then 16 rushing. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where was he at again?
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I got him pretty late in fan track, so I was super pumped about that. I love that Utah team going forward too. I can't remember if they play this week or if their spread was just way too fucking big. But yeah, keep an eye out on him. Who knows, Max, go back down to Carolina here soon. It might be worth a little sprinkly dinkly on his Heisman.
Yeah, they play Cal Poly, so I can't imagine it.
Yeah. We'll have to let Emma know when she's down there this weekend. So yeah, yeah, no, he's a beast. Let's do Super Dog and then maybe a couple honorable mentions or maybe other games we want to look forward to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's run the Super Dog. You can go first. I'll give you first on this.
You want me to get first on Super Dog? Okay.
I got two.
Um, I've got three written down.
Oh,
And I won't walk you through them. I was going to, and then I realized that I'm the one up. So I'm not going to take your team or your talking points. I'm going to take a team that I'm not very high on. They looked good this past week. Their quarterback threw, I think, 6 touchdowns, but I just can't I'm looking at the other two dogs, and I just feel like they're traps. And I'll tell you why after, just to make sure if you do or don't pick them. But I'm gonna out of the three super dogs I wrote down, I'm taking the one that I feel is the least trappy. And that, my friend, is a in-state rivalry in the state of Arkansas. And I'm going with Arkansas State plus 24.5 at Arkansas. I don't know if that number came down at all, but that was when I got it earlier today. Give me Arkansas State plus 24.5 at Arkansas. One of those, they played well. They scored 60 points or 50 some points last week. Looked good against Alabama A&M. Arkansas State, Sun Belt, sneaky little team. They've had some upsets over the past couple years. They've had some close games. Give me Arkansas State because just like Kentucky Max, I think Arkansas is might be on I think Sam Pittman as their head coach might be on his way out. They might try and bring in a big dog.
Why did
Uh,
they bring him back?
yeah, I don't know why they brought him back. I just think that
Looks
Arkansas
like a
and Kentucky are my two like they're gonna fall apart. Probably get someone in there new. I just hope to God fucking Kentucky doesn't go hire like Bobby Chesney from JMU or some bullshit. He won't. They won't. But I'm tired of JMU coaches leaving. So give me Arkansas State plus 24 and a half, and Max, give me your super dog before I keep rambling.
hmm. Ramble on. Okay.
And I think money line is plus
That
1200. Sorry.
I was thinking. But I do like that a lot. Not that I don't like it. I had two set on and they're really close and really tough. I'll just name one honorable mention afterwards. Give
Yep.
me UConn at Syracuse plus 6.5. That I'll say the one after and say why it scared me more. Give me UConn 6.5 at Syracuse because Syracuse looks like shit, and I don't care. I mean, what the past 2, 3 years they've been a covering machine, and this is all. Well, I guess I don't have to say plus 6.5, but they're plus 6.5 with their money line. I'll pull up in a
Well,
little.
that's we need that for the covering stuff.
Well, true, and then yeah, money line's plus 215.
Like it. I love it. I
Yeah, I think it's pretty much just a little bit of hate towards Syracuse right now because I also read with you on that what plus 14. I think I bought a point and a half or a point
yeah.
uh, and got it to plus 14 and a half, and that still wasn't close enough. So yeah, UConn's a very solid little mid-major.
Yeah, Max, I almost went with that too. That was in the repertoire as well because I was like, if I overcorrect, like that was my thing. I was like, if I go from Syracuse plus 14 and a half and then I just go, they're not like I didn't want to overcorrect too hard. So I'm glad you took it. That makes me feel better. Um, but yeah, no, I like that pick a lot. And why can't I find Arkansas plus 1200? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I like that a lot though. Let's do super dog honorable mentions, then get into other honorable mentions. What else were you looking at? And is it Kansas?
Yep,
Yeah. Yep.
at
Same.
Missouri is just a little scary, and how they could just be like, "All right, we're up 10. Kansas has a chance to come back or get that field goal, and they botch it and they lose by 10."
Yep. Yeah. That's 6.5 is such a tough hook on a SEC game like that. Or
Yeah.
not SEC, but
A home
also
SEC game from a Big 12 team that's not really a notorious uh team, but I mean, Jaden Daniels is awesome. I think that's why I like the 6.5. I think they can get there, but if it was in Lawrence, I would probably absolutely crush that.
yeah. And
It
then
would be all
unfortunately,
smaller.
yeah. And
They
then
wouldn't be favored though, I don't think.
no, it would probably not be within our super dog range, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, no, I agree with you there. I like that a lot. It's one of those like I think they'll keep up with them for a while. I just don't know if Missouri like if there's going to be a point where Kansas in like the fourth quarter just like can't keep up and it's like 13 or then they score a touchdown, go for two and miss it, and all of a sudden we're getting fucked on the plus 6.5. I'm not as worried about that with the Yukon Q's. Another thing you mentioned, UConn Cuse rivalry goes back to the basketball days. So there is that little bit of rivalry there. And then to your point, Max, you're a West Virginia fan, so we don't like Syracuse. We don't like UConn either, but
Great.
just historically speaking. The only other super dog I had was USF plus 17 and a half at Florida. It seems too good to be true, and that's the only reason I didn't pick it. I'll probably play it. 17 and a half is a perfect number in a game at Florida, who maybe Florida isn't necessarily all that they look good week one, but they maybe they're not all that cracked up to be. And I also don't want to like overdo my confidence on South Florida after the Boise State game because I think Boise State might just kind of not be good this year. Like I think like South Florida beat their ass 34-7. I don't want to overcorrect or like overdo the USF plus 17 and a half with Florida, but also like, I don't know. That's a weird one. I just felt like it was very trappy to me. Um,
I
so yeah.
agree.
Yep. Honorable mentions non super dog related. Anything you'd like to throw out there?
No, I think the only one which I pretty much mentioned, slightly mentioned, was I did like the under Illinois Duke 49 and a half.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. I got two games and some numbers to go with them. Uh, Clemson at Troy or hosting Troy could just be we're gonna just take all our anger out on you, Troy. Um, I don't even necessarily like the minus 33 and a half. I think they might beat their ass, but it might just be like 28 to nothing or something. Like I could see like 31-3 or something like that. So I'm not touching the 33 and a half. What I am touching is that under 51 and a half. Because based on last week against LSU, I don't think Clemson scores more than I don't see them scoring more than like 38, and I don't see Troy scoring more than 10, maybe 13. So 38-13 doesn't give me the cover, it gives me the under 51 and a half. So I like that one. And then the other one, and I'll just open the floor. You got any thoughts on Oklahoma, Michigan? Because that's probably the other big game that we're not talking about right now. But I'm torn, but I got to
Is
side.
I think I think it's going to be a good test for Underwood and them. Um, but I don't know. I think they can push through, and I think Michigan wins it.
Okay. I like the over.
Spread?
Huh?
What was the spread?
5.5.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I kind of.
Favorite number, but
It's a very favorable number to Oklahoma
yeah,
versus Michigan there. But I like the 45 and a half. I think Mateer's going to get his. I think Underwood's going to get his. 27-24, like 24-23 still gets me there. I
yeah,
don't think it's going to be like I don't think it's going to be 34 to fucking 27, but um I mean Michigan doesn't play that way. But they've got enough talent on offense and I know Oklahoma's going to be slinging it around.
yeah.
Um
Venable's slowly getting there. He's getting the hang of it.
yeah, exactly. So I like their over. And that's really about it. I was tempted on the Iowa State over, but you know, I
I
don't know.
was.
Yeah, I don't think they're as run heavy. They don't have Cade McNamara who can't throw a football, and then they also don't have Caleb Johnson who's really good at running. So I don't
Yeah,
know. I just was gonna stay away altogether. Oh, one more. Tulane minus 10.5 against South Alabama. I think after Northwestern told them they couldn't wear their Katrina jerseys, I think they're just on a fuck you tour. And Retzlaff is good. And I don't know anything about South Alabama.
no, me neither.
So that's it there. No other games we're looking forward to? Or do you want to get to the best? I love college football, Max. There's nothing better than the fucking NFL. And I we've got a slate that I had quite some trouble on. These lines are tighter than a lot of things. So yeah, I got a lot to say there. Um, Dogs, favorites, like everything is tight. The only thing I really had a definite couple on that I really, really loved were the player props. Other than that, Max, I have no idea what to expect. Got Thursday night, Cowboys at Eagles at Philly going into the Super Bowl champs. No more Micah Parsons, prime time. You know Jerry Jones is going to say some dumb shit leading up to the game on Thursday. So it's Tuesday night here, Wednesday for others listening. Wouldn't be surprised by the time you're listening, you got some stupid quote he already has thrown out there. But um, give me like a, obviously we're excited about our teams. Before we get into the picks, what are you looking forward to this week? Anything you're keeping an eye on, like storylines, any of that good stuff before we get into our picks? And it could
Um,
be your team storylines, but if there's anything you're looking.
no, I think a big focus just kind of coming into this year is, like Falcons and or like, how are they gonna kind of come in? I feel like they've slowly got a big hype up coming in. Um, no, nothing like too crazy. I don't know. I'm just ready to see some underdog that we're not going to mention that we didn't mention in any of these previews that we've done. Um, someone to sneak in there and be like, "Hey, forgot about me." We're like, "Oh yeah, they have him, and him." Um,
Mhm.
no, I'm just super ecstatic. Very nervous for since you said my team. Very nervous for Monday night, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to be as biased as I was these previous years, so might not even get a Bears pick this whole year. But
Whoa.
I'm just going
Hey,
along
we're
for
trying to
the.
win, man. Trying to win the people some money.
Well, yeah, nah, didn't do so good last year. Oh well, but no, I mean nothing like crazy storylines. I mean, obviously you got your Micah. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how Dallas and Jerry handle everything. But
Oh, oh, we haven't even talked about that. We haven't even talked about that. We're talking about
I
Micah
wasn't
Parsons.
gonna.
We're talking about Micah Parsons going to the Packers for two first rounders and an aging D tackle who had one sack last year. We're talking about the Packers.
I wasn't gonna.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I was dancing around the fucking house all damn Friday. It was so sick. We were about to leave to Charleston. Max, I was so excited that I had one thing left to pack for this trip this weekend. I had one thing left to pack. It was underwear. I was so fucking amped up and distracted after I had my phone next to the bed as I was packing everything up for the weekend. Micah Parsons news comes through. Totally forgot about underwear. I didn't bring a single pair of underwear other than the underwear I was wearing. Had to run to Walmart down in South Carolina to get new underwear because I was so distracted at this news. I'm not going to say too much, but Max, everything has changed on a Packer perspective. Finally got their like big time player on defense. McKinney and Gary are obviously studs, but like real game changer. One guy that's gonna like show up very obviously. Like there's certain guys like I mean we talked about Abdul Carter when in that Penn State Notre Dame game last year. Like like you'd have to be an idiot not to notice him on a football field. And so Parsons going to do something similar. Very much looking forward to the team. Um, I think they have a chance to win the division with him versus what they were doing. They're not giving up. They gave up Kenny Clark, so like just from a tangible outlook, it's Michael Parsons for Kenny Clark in terms of yes,
Right
trade
now.
yada yada. But yeah, exactly. Right now, there's some potential vertebrae stuff going on with his back or neck or something. That's a concern. Don't know if I believe that though, and almost every account I look at does not seem legit.
Right.
Um,
I had never heard that.
yeah, so I think it's just I think my feed is just getting clouded with Parsons stuff, so it's good, bad, all the ugly. So very fucking pumped. You might not, I mean, this shout out my Gramps, me and Max's Gramps, Mr. Walter Ladro. He's the OG. He's the
Yep.
reason why we got the Packer bloodline. However, Max, I had to get me a Micah Parsons one jersey, slick white. I can't wait mid-September. So, uh, yeah, crazy, crazy. His poor timing for the pod. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 days since the news came out. It's been, like a week since we podcasted, so didn't need to get a full reaction. You guys already knew what the reaction was going to be. So, yeah,
Hey,
I'll get
and
it out there. What's up?
no, I kind of first Player to wear number one since Curly, huh?
Yep. Yeah, crazy. I hope that doesn't mean bad stuff. And funny you say that because I was gonna say so number one, Curly Lambeau, yes. But also, last time there was a player who had 12 sacks in each of his first four seasons, may have gotten traded to the Green Bay Packers back in the 90s. You know what they did after they got Reggie White? They won a Super Bowl. You know what they did after they got Charles Woodson with Aaron Rodgers? Won a Super Bowl. I don't believe in shit, Max. I don't know what the gods or whatever the fuck is up above us. Not gonna think too much into it. I don't have enough time or brain power or capacity or fucking anything to really think about that. But maybe the stars are aligning. And I know
You
you'd
got
like to hear that. I know I'm a spoiled
Brett
little
Favre
brat.
and Aaron Rodgers.
It is all going to be on the offense. All of it's going to be offense. I think it's going to be Green Bay's going to be running their spiel. They're still going to give up plays in the secondary. So all it's doing, I mean, they still have a shit secondary after getting rid of Jair and a lot of young guys. So we'll see. Obviously, going to be fun to watch him. A lot of hype around it. Who knows what energy he's bringing? I'm excited. Maybe it's got Jordan Love a little extra spunk in his bunk, and we'll see there. So I digress. Yeah, you want to just get into picks then?
I had,
um,
I had to give it to you.
yeah, I know. We were that was good. That was good. That was, we were gonna do that eventually, so knock that out. A lot of good games. I just want to breeze over some of the big games that we'll get into them. Obviously, but we've got Sunday night. We've got the Bills at the Ravens. I think it's Bills at Ravens. I know those are the two teams. I don't know. I think it's my computer's being a little slow
Yeah,
right now.
no, it's Ravens at Bills.
Oh, Ravens at Bills. Okay, so Ravens at Bills on Sunday night. We've got Bears Vikings on Monday night. We've got Packers Lions at 4:25. Those are all big games. Any other before we get into the picks? Is there another big game or anything that I'm missing, Max?
I mean, we got Thursday, but I mean, not like big, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen there?
There's a lot of close matchups. They might not be like as big as the Ravens, Bills or the Packers and the Lions, but Chiefs Chargers is another one. I would say those are probably the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a couple. Okay, there's a lot of good games. All right, we'll get into it. Sweet.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
Max, I'm gonna give you the floor because you've got the record on college football. We'll determine the NFL afterwards going forward. Whoever's got the best week before gets the first pick. But since we don't have that, you crushed me on college football. So, Max,
Hmm.
let me know where you go. And also, just a reminder for the people while he's mulling that over. One dog, one favorite, one over, one under, one player prop, and we're gonna do a touchdown parlay. So those are the same thing as we did last year. Keep the record, and does not matter what order you pick in. So if you like a favorite more than anything else, you take that. Yada yada yada. Max with the first pick of the Week 1 NFL pick draft. Go.
Give me someone you just mentioned. Give me Bills -1.5 against the Ravens.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and also after you do that, I'll just type my own
Okay.
in.
I
I
like it.
guess
It's
that
gonna
would
be.
do it all for or for college. All right,
Yeah,
but
and that way, if you guys type it, then you're also reliable, and I can't be
yeah,
reliable.
and you don't mess it up.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Fucking
we have checks and balances. That's what the government has. That's what everyone has. It's checks and
yeah,
balances. Otherwise, I would be a dictatorship, and nobody wants that.
nope.
Actually, I'd be a fun dictator, but that's beside the point.
Economy would go to shit.
Oh yeah. It'd all be spent in money you're not supposed to
Or
spend money.
economy and dictatorship, but you would end up
Underground,
going poor.
become a cash market.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you can use credit for fun stuff. Who knows? Like DraftKings. Can't do that now. Um, no, I like that, Max. I think that's going to be a good game. That's a tough one to gauge. I have, ironically, on my spot, I have Baltimore +1.5 as one of my dogs, and also Buffalo listed as a favorite. I really don't know where to go with that game, but value is there. I mean, it's basically just money line essentially. So uh, I like that value there. You have already taken a favorite, so I'm going to save my favorite. Um, all right. I don't I don't like love this pick, but I think it could be very interesting. Um, I think the Jaguars are going to be a good team this year. I just don't know about how early they're going to be out and ready to roll. Like I think they might be a little slow to start this. Yes, Adam Thielen left the Panthers. Still think with Ted McMillan, they built up their offensive line a little bit. Bryce Young. Um, I had three other plus 1.5s that I really liked. Just could not get myself to do it in a coin flip. So give me the Panthers plus 3.5. I think they're a team that I really like this year. Um, I don't know, and I kind of think you might like them too this week. So that was also part of the reason. But I think I don't know, man. I like the way they look. I think with Chuba Hubbard and company, defense is rounded out, not as good as it was before, but it's still not too bad. So I like Carolina. And honestly, that yeah, I couldn't really. Yeah, I'll talk about it later. I'll once you pick your dog, once you pick your dog, I'll give you my other options. But yeah, I like Carolina on that plus 3.5.
Yeah, no, that's a very, very nice one. Um, what else do I have? Yeah, kind of kept it simple. Not simple, simple, but give me a team, two teams that actually were probably under City so many times last year. It wasn't even funny. And you wouldn't even think of one of the teams being an under City team, but they had a shit offensive year last year. This team just has the other team has a very strong defense, kind of a pretty bad offense as well, if I won't lie. Give me Chiefs Chargers under 45 and a half.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, Jesus Christ. You kind of think of West Coast football, um, when it comes to these, AFC and NFC West. You think that you're going to be like gunslinging. But no, I feel like every time Chiefs Chargers get together, it's fucking 13-17.
Yeah. No, and this was a trend that I think Sean was very high on last year, if I remember correctly. I think he was
Hmm.
on
He will Chargers under.
Chargers specifically.
Chargers unders
Um,
for sure.
and Max, we know like it's funny because it's Jim Harbaugh, right? Like Chiefs, they're gonna do their thing. They're kind of more efficient now. They're not as, we're gonna like Patrick Mahomes isn't throwing for 55 touchdowns in a season probably for a long time again, if at
Right.
all. To be
Yeah.
honest. And that's
Right.
fine. You go to the Super Bowl, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Uh, but Jim Harbaugh does love that possession, that time of clock. He's got a big mamma jamma and Amari and Hampton. Receivers are good, but
And
not.
they got Najee.
Yep, they also did lose Rashawn Slater to injury at left tackle. They've got a really good offensive line aside from that, and even better with him. So I really like that pick. That was one I definitely had as an under. So I like that a ton. Shoot. Um,
Yeah.
I just think this game's gonna be a little ugly. Not in like I think it'll be sloppy, I guess. And I think a sloppy, high-scoring game. I don't even know who's the quarterback for this team coming week one. Give me Washington Giants over 45 and a half. I don't think Washington's offense is going to be, they're going to be good. Or sorry, their defense. I mean, I think their defense is going to be good. They're still going to give up points. Malik Neighbors is still there between Dart, Russ, and Jameis. I think Russ is starting.
I
And I
think
think
so.
they're going to sling the ball around. Tyrone Tracy's good. Brian Dable does like his under games. Um, but just looking at a couple of the overs I like just
Yeah.
seem a
Good
little
defense.
too high.
They got a good defense.
Yeah, they do. They do. I know. I don't love it. But I also am kind of like I could also see like overtime potentially.
Yeah.
Uh, Like I could see this be
I
like
mean, they're still pretty young too. I mean, Jaden and Terry and all them could just sling it.
yeah, I think they might. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a 28-21 and it was close and
Yeah.
Washington drove. I also wouldn't be surprised if it was like 35-14. And
Right.
Washington just came out and stomped on their throats. And I think that's more my thing than the other overs. Green Bay, Detroit, I love their over, but I don't know. I like Green Bay's defense even without Parsons, and I think Detroit also. I don't know. Like you said, Max. I'm trying to stay away from Green Bay as much as possible, and I won't say my other over just in case you take it. So give me that one there. What do you got next?
Hmm. I guess I'll let you go prop first because I doubt, I highly doubt you have my prop. Well, I even have two props. Give me the over in the Bucks Falcons.
That was the other one I was going to bring up. That was the only other one I was debating. And I don't hate that because their last two matchups have gone over.
Yeah, and
Last year.
I think the Bucks low key could just run it up, but Falcons still end up getting 24 points, you know.
Yep. No, I
Yeah,
love it.
24, 35, 38 even, whatever. But I don't know, I like the Bucks this year, as I have mentioned. So
Yep. Those were my top two overs. So I like that one a lot. Um, yeah. I think with Bijan, Penix, Drake London, um, yeah, a lot of player props and some touchdowns potentially in that game.
oh,
Oh. Yeah. And so with that, Max, I almost want you to take a prop just because I have a hard time between like I'm gonna play all three of these. Um, but I'm gonna give you, you know what, Max? I don't know based on what you have right now. Um, you mean you could maybe go with this for the prop or touchdown, but neither of us are gonna be playing them on a over under favorite dog side, and I think we need to have something for Thursday night. For the
hmm,
people,
I don't know one man. But
Saquon, 100 yards, -103.
I thought about it, but I didn't want to be like everyone's like, oh, of course he's gonna take Saquon for fucking week one. But I do
Yeah,
really like it.
because it's a hundred or more rushing yards
True.
for -103. Max, I don't know if we're going to be able to get those odds ever again this season. I'm not even playing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to get 100 yards at -103. So let's do it. Give me all the fucking beans on Saquon. That might be, and I do want to, once we do our picks, I do want to carve out just a smidge on Thursday night and what things we like from Thursday night. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
if at all. But yeah, I did just in case anyone wanted some first game slide. So going with Saquon to at least give him that. I don't know, man. I think it might be one of my most confident bets I might ever have in my life. So we'll see how that goes. But no more, no more Micah Parsons. Who the fuck is playing defense? They're going to steamroll the Cowboys. Steamroll them.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, give me Saquon, 100 plus yards, -103.
Okay. Okay. Um, I got a good old plus 103 for you.
Woo!
Give me Chase Brown rushing yards at 70 plus.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little rough. I mean, we know who they got in there. And Miles and God, Michigan boy always I just pop my shoulder. I always botch on
Uh,
Garrett. It's like,
yeah,
isn't it
Miles Garrett.
Garrett? Miles Garrett and the Michigan boy? Isn't it also Garrett or something? Mason Garrett.
Oh, Mason Graham.
Graham.
Graham. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Rookie. I'm still
yeah,
he's
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'm Denzel
That's
Ward, Jeremiah Owusu Koromara from Notre Dame. They look
True.
good.
So it's gonna be a little scary, but I think I think he's gonna get a lot of touches, and um, he's a great running back. It's not like he's. I think it's a tough call, but 70 yards. I mean, I saw the average like 61 and a half last year, which is crazy, but he was still kind of learning the ropes and stuff. Um, as a sophomore, and he was behind Joe Mixon the year before, so you know this is his real sophomore year.
Yep. No, I like that. Chase Brown from.
Illinois.
Nice. I dig that. Okay. Well, I'm not doing TD because I'll just do that last. Um, Max, I said I wasn't gonna give too much for Thursday night. Said I wanted to give some people something for Thursday night. And there isn't one line as a favorite with a minus in front that I feel as confident as I do with the Philadelphia Eagles, minus 8.5. I might hate myself after this because I don't like betting the Eagles because of what they continue to do to the Packers over time. However, don't like what Dallas is doing right now. I think they're going to put up points. I don't even think they will. I think the Eagles are just so damn good. I think it's going to, I think it could be like a 24-7 game. It might not be the prettiest game in terms of an over. We all might be like, oh, this is the first game of the NFL. Nah. The only people that are really going to be happy are the Eagles and people who bet Philly minus 8.5 and Saquon 100 plus. So, um, you know, Eagles money line and Saquon 100 plus should get you to plus money. You want to do both at the same time. You want to do everyone at the same time. I don't care. There's that's I have some other favorites. Well, you picked your favorite, so I'll say the other ones. But like Cincy 5.5, I
Like,
like could easily get backdoored on a. I don't like betting against the Browns because they make games ugly.
yep.
Uh, Cardinals, I don't like them a lot, but I dislike the Saints more this time. But I don't trust Carolina to win by a touchdown. And then the other one I'll say, which I do like, and I'll probably just play strictly money line to be honest with you. So that's why I'm not putting them in, but I will hammer their money line. San Fran minus 2.5 against Seattle. I like those. That's probably the only one I would feel that's closest to my Philly feelings. So yeah, give me Philly minus 8.5.
Nice. Like it a lot. Yeah, I just got my dog left, and that would be the one and only. Maybe a little surprise because I feel like their opponents have gotten hyped up pretty good this offseason. Um, Give me the Raiders plus 2.5 against the Patriots in
Mhm.
Foxborough.
Yep.
I think this Pat's got a little bit more figuring out to do. Um, I know Pete Carroll's old as hell, but he's got Gino. They've got JT. I think they've settled the Jacoby Myers stuff. I know he requested a trade not too long ago, but I think that was just a more negotiation contact or whatever negotiation strategy for his contract. And
Yep.
I mean Brock Bowers, they still got Max Crosby. They got a pretty solid defense. So I think the Vegas Raiders are a little sneaky team, and they might pull a little upset.
And Max, perfect segue because I agree on that. Obviously didn't take it, but I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's also going to be a slugfest. So I'll just piggyback on that exact thing you said. Give me Vegas, New England under 43.5 as my under. I think 23-17 is as high as it's going to get. I don't even think it's going to get that high. I think it might be a 2017, might be a 21-17. It's going to stay under 40 points. But if I think it's going to stay under 40 points, why don't I just take an extra 3.5 on the hook, call it a day, even like a 20-20 that goes to
Yep.
overtime and someone kicks a field goal, I'm still there. So as long as they don't score a touchdown, and I think that's actually how it goes. I think it could go to overtime, and then I don't think the winner scores a touchdown. So Give me
Yeah,
under 43.5 on that. And as we learned last year, New England, great under team. Vegas, almost, if not better of an under team.
yeah.
And they even have Geno, so they got a little bit of offense. New England's offense still looks better. They're both very defensive minded coaches between Carroll and Vrabel. So yeah, give me that under there.
Fuck yeah. Love it.
Max, we just have a touchdown left, and then we're gonna talk. I mean, we didn't talk either of our games by design, so we'll talk about our games real quick. But give me your touchdown, and let's see what we can do for a parlay for the people.
All right. I like this because he's coming off some big money, making an absolute bank now. You know, he sat out a little bit, coming against a defense who I did say is nice, but it's more of their inside or front seven. Not so much the secondaries. I like Scary Terry to get a good old tutty at plus 130.
I really like that.
Yeah. I think it's just like here you go, buddy. Like this is what you let's get your money's worth, or maybe they get their money's worth. But yeah, I like it a lot.
Well, it's also crazy, Max. If you look at like the odds for this game specifically, he's got the best odds to score a touchdown, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and it's plus.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that. We don't like love those games, but we do love them to a certain extent because it's like everyone's plus money. And we're so used to having Saquon minus 200 or like
Yep.
Chase Brown, I think is minus 145. And you're just like, dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Uh, Josh Jacobs, Saquon, the repeat guys that we all know about.
David, Jameer.
Yeah, Jamar Chase minus 130. He is within the range. I almost picked him, but I didn't. Wanted to try and do something a little smidge different. And Max, I'm glad that you played this because we got a nice little wide receiving core right here for our first touchdown parlay. You took them as your over. Um, and the guy I'm picking, he's not going to have to fight with Mike Evans or Egbuka or Otten or Bucky Irving or any of those guys because he's on the Falcons and he's the number one target unless your name is Bijan Robinson or Bijan Robinson, as he is formally rebranded. Or maybe we're just finally getting it. As white Americans, we're finally understanding how to pronounce his name because we're not cultured and we're fucking stupid. But that's beside the point. Give me Drake London plus 125.
Nice.
He's the star wideout right now for Atlanta. He was a big target for Penix in the few games that he got to start. So yeah, give me Drake London, even though he is a USC Trojan, and I think you know, I want to say I love Haunted House, but I really like Club Aqua more. I hate USC. I might hate Miami more. So yeah, give me Drake London plus 125. And if we combine those, Max, with some good value here, both plus 125, plus 130. If you parlay those bad boys, you get plus 417, almost plus 420, which would have been nice.
Mm,
But yeah, we'll do that. Drake London, Terry McLaurin, SC, Ohio State, with some wide receiver or some QBs that we really, really like this week. We like these overs. You picked a wide receiver for my over, and I picked a wide receiver for your over. So that works out well in our favor. And
and they're both
combined,
on my dynasty team.
yep, exactly. You do have both on your dynasty team. So we like that. Plus 417 for that touchdown parlay for the people. It is going to be lower than it normally is. You know why? Because we don't have Sean here. And that is
Yeah.
why our odds are going to be lower on the touchdown parlay. What does that mean? One less leg, more likelihood of hitting. We'll see. Maybe we'll have to bring him back for some guest picking weekends. Uh, but we shall see. I love all the picks so far, Max. Where are your honorable mentions? And
Honestly, I
doesn't
think
have to be like it doesn't have to be favorite over just give me your couple top ones that you really want to pick.
I didn't have too much, if any. I really liked. I kind of do like the commies, even though I just said I like the commies -6. I get some.
Yeah, I kind
Um,
of want that to come down to 5.5.
I know. I'm like, and then a prop that I had more so just for fun, but I actually do like it because I don't see why he wouldn't. He's gonna be running for his life anyway, and he can get out of the pocket very quick. That's gonna be Justin Fields, 50 plus rushing yards at plus 126.
Hmm.
It's the Steelers, so that's why I'm saying he's running for his life. But I think he gets around and he just fucking takes off.
I think they have some design runs for him too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, I would hope so. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing with Justin Fields? Signing him to like a $60 million contract and you're not even gonna use his legs.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I love that. I went with two LSU guys here on my other two props that I'm fucking in love with. Guy, I couldn't get myself to do his over yards, and Saquon's was just way too scrumptious. Brian Thomas, 6 receptions. So 6 receptions at -105. And then we talked about him very briefly. Joe Burrow, we know that they're not like the school. I feel like Cleveland is very good about like letting people do things. And then when they get to like the 40, 35, they get in field goal range, they like tighten up their defense. And so you don't see as many like touchdowns necessarily, but they'll get yards. So I think it helps out your Chase Brown bet. I also have Burrow 260 plus passing. I think he's probably going to go for like 275. I don't think he breaks 300 necessarily. But 260 plus is at -128 on DraftKings. Also, all of our odds are DraftKings, by the way, just so everyone knows. Uh, so that's what we're looking at. So those are my two player props I love. Like you said, I love your Tampa Bay Atlanta over. Pittsburgh Jets under 38.5 was also one that I was circling.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Jane T -115 touchdowns fun. Um, it's a little low for not playing an NFL game. And then Gibbs. I didn't want to give this out, but Gibbs -105 against the Pack is pretty insane.
But yeah, that's the lowest we'll probably ever get for him this year.
And that's why I brought it up. I didn't want to bring it up, but that's why I brought it up. And then Max, the last pick, and unless you have some honorables, I'm gonna just let you segue into this bitch. My last one is a dog, and couldn't get myself to bet it. One, because I'm wearing the opposite team's colors, but also I wanted to get your thoughts on it, and I was wondering if you'd pick it. The Bears at +1.5 against the Vikings. You don't necessarily have to give me your thoughts on that pick, but yeah, give me your thoughts on the game. I love the Bears +1.5. I think this might be a oh shit, the Vikings might not be as good as we thought they were kind of game.
Yeah. We've heard a lot about the offense and all off season and who we brought in, who we've drafted, and all that stuff. So that makes me worry about what our defense can do. They still have Jay Jetto. We still have Jalen Johnson, and many other dogs. Edwards, both Edwards, or Edmonds and Edwards. Sorry. Um, Dex. We got Montez. We got a great setup. But I just don't know. I mean, I feel like the Vikings kind of have our number no matter who it is. I mean, O'Connell's a hell of a coach. And a little worried, but it's at Soldier Field. I will be doing money line +105.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up changing and somehow we end up even Steven and like we're -1.5 and then it's -110 come game time. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but yeah, I like that, and I think I like the under. I mean, we got a good run game going too, so I don't think we're gonna try to push too much on Caleb right away, especially with the new offense. But it'll be interesting. I'm excited. I'm extremely excited, even though it doesn't sound like it. I'm just very tired.
I was
Um,
saying we both have had some weekends. Also, happy belated, dude.
thank you, thank you. But yeah, I just also optimistic, so I don't want to get too excited. I was very excited last season, and my hopes got shot down. So I think we can pull out a win at Soldier, but I think it's going to be ugly. Caleb's not going to have that many yards.
It's a Monday night game, first game of the year. I'm probably with you. I'm probably just gonna stay away from the over altogether. But I am probably gonna be playing Bears come Monday night. I think that I don't know. I don't know about JJ McCarthy just yet. I think y'all's defense is good enough. It's in Chicago, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be ready to roll. I think Chicago's gonna be popping. Well, I'm sure we'll have a plethora of family and friends that are at that game. Should be sick.
Yeah.
I'll be in the shitty state of Missouri this weekend in St.
Mm.
Louis, of all places. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I think I'm gonna just wear fucking Cubs shit all weekend. Um, just troll everyone. And the best part is the people at the wedding don't even know anything about the Cardinals or the Cubs, so it'll just be even funnier.
Love it.
But yeah. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that game. I'll be back in time for the 1 o'clock games. Like I'll be literally landing, placing bets at 12:54 by the time I land in Richmond. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I may even just place my 1 o'clock bets beforehand, but
But I was going to say, I thought you could bet in St. Louis.
I don't think you can. Um I think
Maybe.
you can bet. I don't think you can bet. Oh no, it's perfect. It'll happen oh, what? September 2025, it's legal, but it's not yet operational. So it's
Well,
December 1st. Fucking kill me. I knew that state and city sucked ass.
yeah.
That's beside the point. Yeah, no, I love the Bears. I don't know anything about player props. One player I do want to mention, Max, and I'm gonna look him up while we're talking about it and maybe get your thoughts. Might be a guy in that like 30 to 55 range for receiving yards for y'all. What about Luther Burden? Like, I don't hate him.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's like 3 catches is like minus 125, like I might take that.
Low key. I do like it. He just changed his number from 87 to 13 back to his college number, I
Maybe.
believe.
Well, right now, I don't know if they even have him. They've got even like Colston Loveland 25 plus is minus 144.
You might get two for 13 apiece.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, DJ Moore in Rome, they're gonna get yeah, I like the way they're looking. We'll see what Burton's comes out to be, but I don't know. I also kind of like Jay Jetta's under.
Ooh, how about this? This is just random. I don't hate Jay Jetta's under either, but this is just since I have it on the game. Sophomore season, wide receivers, all to score a touchdown. You got Marvin, Malik, and Rome at plus 1868. 10 to win 196.
Marvin's got to be like what, plus 175 or 200 or something.
Yeah, let me click on it. Marvin's plus 150 for neighbors, and then plus 215 Rome.
Neighbors is plus 150?
Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Ooh, I might take that.
Yeah,
Damn.
Russ would say he loves that kid.
Yeah, well, and like the secondary, other than I mean, I guess Lattimore is going to be on them, but other than Lattimore, like anyone else lines up with neighbors, I don't know if that's going to end up well for them.
Yeah.
Where did just a bunch of Chicago guys? Where do we? Rome 52 and a half potentially. Yeah, I don't hate that one bit. I'm trying to just isolate this game. Ew, they're saying Luther Burden is only gonna have 1.5 catches for 17.6 yards.
Damn.
I don't like that. Maybe y'all just run the ball. I don't know. But I love that. Anything else on Bears Vikings? Sorry, we just
No, we did go off. No, we'll see what it is, but yeah, like I said, money line probably the only thing I touch. Um, yeah, we'll see how it goes. How are you feeling on the Lions who, lost their OC and quarterback coach is now our OC, or his like assistant or something is now our OC. Forgot what he was there.
yeah.
Um,
I'll be honest with you, -2.5 like kind of scares me because we don't even know if Micah's gonna play. So I don't know if that's gonna change. Like if Micah ends up not playing. Like, I don't know if
right.
that goes closer to even. It's at home. That's good. I don't know, man. It's hard because I like the way the Packers are going to look. I'm very confident in how they're going to look. They're going to be pretty straightforward. They're going to be very heavy run game, a lot of play action, maybe a little bit of golden sprinkled here and there. Wide receivers are banged up. Um, Detroit also won like 15 games last year, and um, was it 15 or 14? They won 15, 14, 14, and then they lost the tiebreaker with the Eagles, I think. No, they
Yeah.
had the number one. Didn't they have the number one?
That's the Commanders in the divisional.
But what did they have the number one overall seed? They did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they lose their OCDC. I think it's gonna be bigger than what people realize, but I don't know. I think Green Bay's got a lot of stuff they're trying to figure out. I think it's be close. I do like the over. Um, just because I don't think it's going to be a close over though, because I think both defenses are better than they were last year. I think offenses will probably be slowed down. Like Packers are going to be very like take our like they might milk a 9-minute drive at some point in the game. Hey Hector. Uh, so yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I think 2.5 is good. I think any more than 2.5 is like very aggressive. I don't think Green Bay can hold up with that. But at the same time, you never know. So I don't feel super confident. I don't feel as confident as Notre Dame Miami. That's for fucking sure. Um, I don't know anything anymore. But I think
Yeah.
it'll be a good game. I think they'll be able to handle it all right. Our secondary is what scares me, and I think Jamison Williams and St. Brown, like I'm not going to give you numbers, but if you like their overs and
Yeah.
whatever it is reception wise, I wouldn't blame you for taking them. I don't think their run game is going to be as good on us, but I think they'll be able to pass a lot. And so that's what scares me. Big plays, that kind of shit. McKinney's in the back, though. Safeties are good. The corners are just not that good this year. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, money line, obviously. Not as much as I put on the Notre Dame game based on learning lessons, but yeah, we'll kind of see. It's nice. It's a 4:25 game. I'll be back in time. I can kind of see how my 1 o'clock ones go, and then kind of go off that.
True.
One 4 o'clock game we did not talk about. I mean, we talked about a lot of games. One game I think we do have to talk about, and because I don't know about you, it was my hardest game to pick. I couldn't pick an over, couldn't pick an under, couldn't pick a side, couldn't. I had a couple props in mind, maybe a touchdown. I don't know. I have no idea how this game's gonna go. Give me your thoughts on Texans Rams. Rams -2.5, over under 43.5. Texans getting back with Stroud, no Mixon, but they got Chubb. Daniil Hunter on defense. The defense is looking sick. Rams have Devontae Adams now with Puka. No more Cup, but they've still got a better built up offensive line. Their defense is good and young, just like the Texans. Very similar teams, just a little bit more firepower on the Rams offense, a little bit more firepower on the Texans defense. So thoughts there.
I was eyeing the Texans +2.5 slash like money line. I don't know. I think they They're gonna be a little annoying this year. They're gonna kind of pounce on. They might get 11 wins this year. I don't know. I mean, their division seems pretty up for them to lose. So I think they kind of just run over. I mean, Rams, like you said, I mean, they are a very good team. Defense still pretty solid as well, but I like the Texans a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Stroud should bounce back. He had a little bit of a sophomore slump. Nico Collins is back healthy.
Mhm.
Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, good wide receivers. Mixon Chubb combo is going to be good. They got Laramie Tunsil for a full year with Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter and Stingley in that backfield. So it's definitely tough. And then you're like, oh yeah, Devontae and Puka Nakua. Fuck. Um, yeah, so it should be interesting. I mean, Stafford's been like a little banged up, so I think that's a huge thing. But
Right.
I kind of like the under in that one. I like 23-17. I just also like that could be one where they both just pop off and just for some reason defenses don't play well. Don't think that's as likely as a low scoring game, but yeah, I have a hard time picking anything from that game, to be honest with you. And I will obviously be occupied with another screen. So
Very true.
we'll see. And it's also crazy that the Packers tickets are as low as $302, but the tickets for the Texans Rams at the exact same time is as low as $45 in a much more expensive city. I would say LA is a little bit more pricey than Green Bay. Uh,
You
just
want to
by
know what they are?
huh?
I can guarantee that those tickets they look like little ants.
Oh, in SoFi or in Green Bay?
SoFi. Yeah, Section 530. I didn't even know places had Section 500s for 36 bucks or 56 bucks.
Yeah, in Detroit, Green Bay, the lowest they have at 325 is, I mean, well, they got section 636 at 312.
How? Isn't y'all's just a bowl?
Yeah, but it's also like Lions, I guess, and the rivalry game and the Rams. I don't know. They're too busy TikToking and stuff.
No, yeah,
Nope.
no, that's what I meant. I mean, just more capacity is what I was getting at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Like they're all the way up. Like their backs are gonna be at the roof for this game.
Ooh, we could do Devonte Adams 50 yards, Puka and Nico 70 yards parlay for plus 415. It's a little scrumptious. I don't know. Lots to look at there. I like our picks though overall. I like Green Bay going into this week. Any other games that we didn't talk about? I feel like we hit on all of them.
Think so. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I don't have any more games to talk about.
Yep, same. I love it. All right, dude. Well, it's been a bit. I think we gave the people enough picks. I mean, we gave them essentially six NFLs, four college each. So we gave out 20 picks. Math is hard. I do math all goddamn day. Okay, I do math and fucking bullshit all day. I want to turn my brain off, and then
It's
we,
a long weekend we're coming off of.
yep. But I think we're in much better shape than we were last week. Things are looking up here, Max. I think we're gonna be all right this week. We as in me. You're gonna be fine. So yeah, go Bears, go Pack, and let's have ourselves a good weekend. Notre Dame doesn't even play this week, so.
Thank God.
Thank fucking God. We can just watch NFL. Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
quick story on W Ohio, and I wanted to mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
call.
I wanted to mention it like when it first came out, which I think was week 0. Uh, W's playing at Ohio this year, which is crazy. You know, they usually will come to, or like a MAC team, mid major will always come to the bigger school and get their own money, um, get their bag. But I saw something come out where W fans, and when something like that happens, like a bigger school goes to a smaller school, they're going to take over the stadium, as everyone knows. So what W fans found out was that instead of just buying a single game ticket for like 120 or something, they're relatively up there. They can buy season ticket passes, and that game is included for like $40. So W fans bought out all of like almost all of the season ticket holders spots. And they're like, what the fuck for $40? And then they're just gonna like end up selling them for the rest of the year. And
And they're
just
gonna sell them back for more than what they
yeah,
paid for,
they're
and
just
then
gonna make
Ohio fans are gonna have to pay more.
yeah. So not only are they gonna take over, but they're gonna be in the season ticket holder spot.
Oh
It's
my
gonna be
gosh, there's gonna be some
hilarious.
old grandparents that are gonna be so mad trying to kick them out.
Yeah.
Not allowed here.
I thought that was a hilarious story.
Oh God, I'm sure more stories to come from that then, because that is definitely going to be a thing when it comes down to like the game and like West
Yeah.
Virginia doing country roads instead of Ohio doing whatever they do after games. Like country roads will be louder and more prevalent than anything they do in that stadium. Oh,
Yep.
what do we?
But,
What quick thoughts? I know we're wrapping up, but quick thoughts on West Virginia last week.
looked all right. I know Rich was definitely he swept out. He was kind of just seeing everything. Defense looked fucking amazing. I mean, it's Bobby Moe, and there ain't nothing to it. Not something I should be excited about and whatnot. But everything looked crisp and clean. I mean, so that's what you want for these smaller teams that you play. You can't have any mistakes or anything. And looked good. Nico looked great. He was running the ball very well. So loved it.
Yep, yep, I'm with it.
And we're minus 3.5 against Ohio, so that's insane.
Max, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that's what you were gonna lead with this entire time. I was gonna add how the fuck? What are we fucking doing here? I mean, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take their money line and grab a couple money lines that are just
Yeah.
minus 1,000 that I feel good in, and I'm just gonna put three of them together and get plus money. That might be all I do all weekend. I don't fucking care. I'm tired of losing.
I hate betting, but we do it. We're here for y'all.
We do. We
This
do.
time next week I'll be just in a little box. I
I
want
won't be here. I'll be fucking dead if Jordan
I will
Love.
be on my couch next week.
We'll both be like doing like the slump, like when you FaceTime someone, you're like laying down and you put your laptop on your chest. Like that's how the podcast will be. You just see my we'll see you double chin, and we're just gonna be like, "Fuck everyone."
Yeah.
But no, I think we can. I think we got a chance at going 4-0. Well, 3-0 because it's well. Ooh, Max, I'm such a bad graduate of the University of James Madison University. Fucking Louisville on Friday, man. Louisville on
Ah,
Friday. Huge game. I think they're 14 plus 14. Um, I like the way they look. We can't bet them here in the great state that we live in. Yeah, they're 14 and a half over under 58 and a half. If you like the
damn.
over, I love the over. Maybe a little sprinkly dinkly on plus 450. I don't know. I might know a guy or two, but we'll see. Other than that, I don't know. If JMU beats Louisville, we might be talking CFP. And if we're talking CFP and Notre Dame plays JMU, like a 5-12 matchup,
Hey.
whoa. And then the Bears play the Packers in the NFC Championship, and then the Packers play the Ravens in the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
Oh my God.
Be the best year ever. And then all my teams fucking lose anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And you're out thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and then I'm poopy pantsing all over the Super Bowl venue and Notre Dame JMU and everything else that could be. So yeah, yeah,
All
we'll see.
right.
Yep, good stuff. Great week. We got a good week ahead of us. We're gonna hit some winners. Be sure to tune in because we got some picks for Thursday night. So picks start Thursday this week. So that's why we're gonna start coming at you early. Um, this is about all we have. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday because we gotta watch football Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we're gonna be
Yeah.
busy. But yep, coming at you. We've got 20 picks for you. We're gonna hit more than 50% going forward. I can almost guarantee that.
Almost. We'll
Thanks
see.
everyone for listening. Go Pack, go. Go Bears. Let's have a week.
Thanks, guys.